inspired about the work you have done.
This call is now being recorded.
I have I have seen so many projects in 3D printing. I want to have only one question that how you see jewelry industry in perspective of 3D printer.
In jewelry industry, it is already well accepted and commercialized. So now, like all the jewelry, like the websites that we see, like bluestone.com, or like there are many online jewelry shops, they are already using 3D printing. So the products that you see there are not actual products. Once you buy the product, then they 3D print that and then they cast it and then deliver it to you. So, and anyway, like Jaipur, you might be aware that it is a hub of jewelry. Like
Yeah, yeah.
so here, like it is a very common thing that 3D printing happens on a day-to-day basis, and it is basically SLA 3D printing that is useful. And
Okay.
castable SLA resins is the most used, and then uh, then for proof of concept, form and fitment, all of that also jewelry 3D printing is being used.
Why
So
not? It is becoming common with all the manufacturers. Is there any reason behind our argumentation?
sorry, I missed your question. Is there any reason for?
Not having more manufacturer of jewelry with the help of 3D printing.
Mr. Kashinath, I don't think no. So there are two things. One is that lack of awareness, right?
Okay.
So that is the initial stage when people don't even know that such a technology exists. And the second thing is the business case, right? So in this case, now it is more about the business case. Every jeweler, I believe, to the best of my knowledge, every jeweler knows that now they can use 3D printing for their models and projects, and also who to go to and who are the service providers, what is the cost involved, what is the entire cycle of production, manufacturing, all that insight is already well developed. The business case is also well developed. But quite simply, sometimes a lot of jewelry does not need 3D printing, like regular gold chains or traditional designs. Traditional designs,
Okay.
there are
Okay.
patterns which keep on repeating, and there are very nice artsmen, craftsmen who can produce that design very much more economically instead of using 3D printing. So there is a
Okay. Okay.
segment of jewelry where design is important, customization and uniqueness is important.
Yeah.
There,
Complex design and
yes,
customized design. That yes.
exactly. Customization. So their jewelry 3D printing is already being used, and the return of investment also happens. But at some other places, it is simply not needed. It is like forcibly trying to introduce 3D printing into jewelry, which is already happening in a good way. So there, they are not using it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for.
Thanks. Then a question from Mr. Krishna Mohan is that are you working on prosthetics and orthotics? Yes, we are. In fact, we did a very elaborate exercise with Betic Lab in IIT Bombay on 3D printing of prosthetics, achieving the right strength and right speed of production. In fact, I was also sent to a delegation as a part of a delegation in the UK for prosthetics by Dr. Amit Singh. And well, the nutshell, the gist of it is that again there is a lot of scope. So a lot can be done in prosthetics, and the technology is mature right now. So, for example, we can give you 3D printers which can produce customized prosthetics at a very small fraction of the cost, and which can give you the strength also that can build for a very nice and long lasting prosthetic. But the problem is that there are various schools of thought. What I came to know, many researchers have different opinions that how the prosthetic should be fit. Should it be a tight fit or a loose fit or vacuum fit, or you know once we fit the prosthetic, how exactly, the surface, the skin to the prosthetic interface, how exactly to handle that. So that makes it still an area of research instead of a production. That said, Bhagwan Mahavir Samiti, like the Jaipur Foot, you might be aware, Jaipur Foot is doing a hugely noble job in scaling up prosthetics. But again, the problem is that it is like forcibly trying to introduce 3D printing in an already mature and well-defined flow. So they have like craftsmen who are very well trained, who don't charge too much. Their salaries are also not huge, and they can produce a prosthetic leg in a matter of maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. So somebody can simply walk in the morning and walk away with the prosthetic leg for a cost of say 600 rupees. So if we do it with 3D printing, obviously it is impossible. So there is something to be done here. That's why it is not scaling up right now. So if you're interested, I can share the presentation, and please, I think Dr. Chitresh can put you in touch with Dr. Amit Singh. So he's a very well-renowned and very active person in this field. So that's what I can share. So any more questions? Okay, then I will share this. So I'm putting in the chat window all the links that I talked about. You might want to, at your leisure time, you can go through these links, and you can always feel welcome to always, come back and catch up with
Sir,
the
there
new
is
topic.
there is
Yes, please.
session of Dr. Amit sir on Thursday, fourth day on Thursday. If they want to discuss about prosthetic and orthotics, then they can discuss with Amit sir.
Okay, so that's for you, Mr. Buddharaju. Please
Yes.
note that. So here in the chat window, I have put all the links that might be interesting to you. Coupon code freedom 2020, just in case you might want to use that. And with this, I think Dr. Chitresh, are we
Yes, sir.
can we call it a day on the talk?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, participants,
Okay.
for giving your valuable time to this. I hope it's been useful to you.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks.